Let's get started.
Now let's get it all in perspective. We did it like that, and now we do it like this.
Do not attempt to adjust your dial. I'm transmitting live. Yo,
Let's get down to business.
Now let's get it all in perspective. We did it like that, and now we do it like this.
All right.
for the underground world, every street and borough.
You may learn something.
Post show.
Gotta get back in time.
Oh, he's doing wrecking ball now. This is just totally fucked.
It's the post show, and by tradition, we always talk. Start by reading off the new Patreons, and this week is no different. I'm gonna need Simon's help on this probably if he has it, because my app is fucked up. Big shout out to Kirby Poppins. Came in at $5.
He came back.
Kirby
Welcome
Poppins
back,
return.
Kirby.
Yeah, I like that style. And then we have Kyle, brand new Patreon at the Brendan Schaub, $10.
I actually have it as Kyle, which I
Oh my
find
God, Kyle! So nice they named him thrice.
4 times
Oh,
actually.
sorry.
Yeah. And I find that extremely funny. I don't know if that's from Catch 22.
I think that's Heil, and they added a K. I think we should be concerned.
Major.
I thought it was just Kyle, son of Karen.
I have it as meet Kyle. Welcome to the
No, it's
must not be named
Okay.
level.
Wow, yeah, that's huge. Welcome.
No,
welcome.
there is no. That level's gone.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see. That level's gone. So it's actually a level higher than that.
There's only There's Brian Callen now. Sorry, there's Brian Redban and then Schaub and then Diaz and
So
then
he
Rogan.
came in at Diaz.
Schaub.
No.
Sorry.
Schaub.
Okay, Schaub, yeah. Shout out to Devin Lautner, too, who did up his to 569 after all.
Yes. Yeah. Way to go.
There you
buddy.
go, Kamar. Way to bilk someone out of the
That's
extra
it, man. That's it.
69 cents.
If you want it, you can
Kamar,
ask for it.
Simon, you want to let him up? He wants some love.
I didn't know what was going on.
But we also have some people who increased. But my app is... Did the app change or something?
Oh, the app is trash. Let's just
The app is trash.
go fuck yourself, Patreon, with your fucking garbage ass app, and you're taking too much of our money bullshit.
It just doesn't work at all.
What are you trying to find out? Who joined or who?
No, some people upgraded from 1 to 5. You guys made me give them honorable mention.
I can't wait to talk about all of those suggestions. I just got to tell you.
For your conspiracy corner?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Excellent. So at least someone's really amped about that.
What are you guys looking for?
Devin
What's going on?
Seeger, thank you for editing your pledge.
go.
Darren Vincent.
Or was it him? Was it Seeger that changed it to 569? Did I
Yes,
say
it
that
was.
already?
Devin Seeger,
Yeah, that's what- yeah.
569. And Darren Vincent went from $1 to £4 sterling.
My man.
That's a lot of cash.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
guys.
Thank all of you. We love you.
And
Thank
thank
you
you
so
to
much.
all Patreons.
Yes, thank everybody. Thank you,
Alex and Anatharkaros,
and our man
Gavin Workman. And
everybody else who donates.
Thank you so much for all the well wishes. I mean, that's the most comments you've ever had.
Oh, on
Happy-
the 100th. Yeah,
happy
thank you so
100th,
much.
and,
Yeah, I appreciate all that.
That's amazing. Like we can't do without you guys.
Well, Chico's birthday got a lot.
And
of
someone
wishes.
said, won't be long before it's 1,000, and that would be a long time from now.
Didn't I comment saying like we'd all be in our 60s by then? At the rate we're going, 1,000 episodes would be a very long time.
Honest, I don't think we can get to 1,000.
If we made this our occupation and we started doing each episode as a standalone episode, we
Listen
could probably
as
get
is and
to
turn around right away?
We could probably get to 1,000. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Because we're doing one episode.
So it'd be,
Would be
3
3,
or
4,
4
whatever it
weeks.
is. Yeah.
If we got to 2,000 Patreons, we could get to 1,000 episodes. That's the only way it could be possible. 2,000 Patreons is $10,000 a month, which we could all somewhat, we could then justify doing a standalone episode for, you know what I mean? Like a companion to each Joe episode, in which case we could then get to 1,000.
Well, Simon's still theory shaves it right away. I mean, right now we could put through. If we had 3 guests, we could cut this at 3. Anyways, this is behind the curtain.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but we'd never do that.
This is crazy talk.
So, in the Lex Friedman interview, Roy Jones Jr. is coming up.
Do you have marbles in your mouth?
No, I smoked that joint.
Okay.
Roy Jones Jr. is coming up.
on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Oh no way! That's
So that's going to be
crazy.
the other side of the.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's really
So,
cool.
yeah, that's something to look forward to,
that's-
just
I hope
in
that's
the
a regular
positivity.
episode and not an MMA episode.
I really suggest everyone listen to it. After all this turmoil, it's comforting. I can't describe how.
Okay? Yeah.
I gotta say this,
And I know you don't like Lex, or you know what I mean.
I gotta say this. The studio didn't bother me one bit this week. They got it dialed in. You might. I know Simon said Simon was like, I don't like the studio. You can feel that way if you want. I don't love the direction they went with, but at least this week the lighting was fucking bang on. The camera is like perfectly set up. Everything was as it should be this week. So bang on. Good work on them for that.
Can I use the post Joe for what it's meant for 1 moment to talk about what happened in
Our episode?
our episode?
Or did we miss something? Sure.
can.
Go ahead.
And I guess this is only going to really be for the Patreon people. I guess ish, because you're going to get it right away, and then it'll make sense. I think you are under the impression that I railroaded that episode into Bigfoot. That's not at all what
He's pointing at
happened.
me too. He's not looking at you
No,
at all.
No,
both
I
of-
feel
both
no
of you.
part of it, but I don't see where this is coming from. Like,
I'm just
Did you-
telling
did you guys have a
if that's-
conversation?
No,
I'm
but
not-
if that's what you think, that's not. I was simply using it as an example, and you guys got stuck on it.
Do you know what this is?
crazy.
This is him. This is internal guilt that's coming from nowhere.
he thinks he did something wrong,
Yeah.
and he's
intern-
preemptively
that's
trying
exactly
to go fuck
it.
yourself.
Yeah.
I don't
because
think-
that's not what I was doing.
I don't think I did anything wrong. I think it may have come across that I was getting defensive about Bigfoot. I was more getting defensive about the fact that you
The
guys
tunnels.
were getting
It's
stuck.
the tunnels. You're defensive about the tunnels.
Stuck on the tunnels really bugged me only because, again, you see right away that he says Comet Pizza. The two don't equate. Again, they could have just used that as crop circles. Like, the fact that you guys don't see this really frustrates me.
That's the guy shooting the computer.
Yes.
So it turns out it appears
Everybody's crazy
that
who
this
thi-
guy is going to defend the children,
Now-
but he's actually sent there to foil the plot.
Or just
And
make it
discredit
seem
the whole thing.
like anybody who believes that there could and I'm not saying that it has anything to do with Comet Pizza. We're talking about tunnels under Washington, you know?
Yeah. I have to do more research if I
And if you
wanna
don't
know.
think there were tunnels to bring Marilyn Monroe and people like that into the White House, you're fucking nuts. And if you don't think they use that for whatever things they want to use them for, you're also nuts.
I want to apologize, and I think it is crazy for Joe to be so dismissive of those tunnels.
But it's not just the tunnels. It's
Well, no, but
any-
I stand my ground on the Bigfoot.
I hate you.
There's got to be a middle ground.
The middle ground is mocha. Just don't be married to any of your ideas.
Yeah, but there's
Kamar, we might have gone to the moon. We also might have not gone to the moon.
that's the easy road.
But it's not the easy road. It's like, if you can offer me a good enough story about why we didn't go to the moon, which you can't, but some people can. Great story.
That's fair.
Why would I accept that any more than the story I'm being told about going to the moon? I didn't go to the moon. I didn't go through the Van Allen belt.
Well,
Belt, rather, like,
it's back to what I said, that Joe knows about the tunnels and doesn't want to talk about it.
that's even worse.
Well, there's been a myriad of things that we found worse lately.
We are family.
The apology, we were
We are
family.
family.
No, we are just fans.
Yes, that's it. We were family, but now we're just fan.
We're just part of the masses staking our.
No. You're misunderstanding me. I was never claiming like the three of us are special. I'm
No.
saying everybody who listens to the Joe Rogan show
Are in this boat
was
of
family
or thought.
with Joe.
I mean,
And the show.
I've said it before. I think it's so much more intimate. 7 years ago, when I would tell someone Joe Rogan podcast, and they had no idea what I was talking about,
You've been saying it for a long time.
and I looked like a lunatic. And now everyone's talking about it, and it just feels like something that's gotten
You've
away.
been saying it for a long time that Joe had gotten too big. And maybe you're right. I don't like saying that you're right.
And so
Maybe you were right.
when Joe shuts something down, you have to take it with a grain of salt. And
I don't. Now I'm thinking that
is this what Joe really thinks, or is this what Joe wants to get across or
wants
keep it
you
get
to
across?
think.
Exactly. Wow.
And I don't like that. Before, I never had to question that.
No. the show, for better, for worse, for whatever, has been compromised
Now it's
Because of
Simon
the change.
Anisman questions everything.
because of the change. Jew and Anisman.
I don't think I like that anymore. It's funny, but again, I don't like I don't like the association.
Derivative.
You know what I mean?
Because he's waiting for his card to come in the mail. So
I hate this guy.
until he's got the QAnon card, he can't really
Dude,
claim.
I don't like QAnon at all. I don't. I'm not a follower. I never listened.
I was
I don't know.
balls deep in QAnon, and now it's like
See, he was balls
an
deep in QAnon.
Instagram model that you look at sometimes. You had subscribed to, then you unsubscribe, and then you look him up every once in a while and see what's going on. But again, not enough. And someone could argue me has come to fruition, just like all the conspiracy podcasts, that this is happening, but they never get a head on the platter. There's never a deliverable. It's just argued forever. But
Well, we had a head on a platter.
Maxwell's.
Well, first it was Epstein's.
Yeah. Well,
We saw what happened to that head. Then we had another head on a platter, Maxwell's, and we're seeing what's happened to that head.
nothing can be.
We wish that head the
You
best.
can't be surprised by anything. With the most glaring thing is 9/11, right? Building 7.
Yeah, everything about
Just
9/11.
If someone could sit you down and explain to you the trembles of all the other buildings falling,
Listen, Building
But
7 is still
that's the perfect example.
and then JFK further back. But now, just think, hear me out. Now we know what we know about JFK.
Yep.
And how underground was that shit in the 70s? People talking about JFK.
But still, what do we know about JFK? Like, there are 10 theories that could be
Well,
right.
we know he lost his life because of that speech he made.
Yeah, that's
Just-
pretty glaring.
Just how we know that the Middle East hates Trump.
Oh, look at him go, folks. Look at him go.
I am not at all denying that speech cost him his life, but he talked about a lot of things in that speech.
But why that speech always resonates to me is because we used it for Triple Bogey.
I didn't even remember that we used it.
You don't remember that?
No.
We used that and the.
You guys were all about secret societies.
Yeah,
it was riots and secret societies.
It's
I
really
thought you were
scary.
asking, like, is
No.
that what you guys do?
No.
He's telling. Our shirt was called Riot Please.
Yes, I remember.
So it's we were raging against the machine back then, but we used that speech in some.
It was a golf company.
We were
Just throwing that out there.
we were that's the best. we were just before the mediums of visual videos blew up.
Yeah.
Like, who knows? Anyways,
you guys might have taken off if that medium had been more, because Brett was really good at that stuff.
Still is. I'm.
I didn't mean it like isn't now. I just meant he excels in that department.
No, he's a professor.
We were ahead of our time.
But yeah,
Unfortunate.
what episode would you
Happens sometimes.
recommend this week?
I think one of
The
the first
second
two
one,
for
Frank
sure. Yeah, I
von
think
Hippel for sure.
I think von Hippel.
It's Von.
I didn't like the first one as much as
It's Von
Mike
Hippel all day.
I know you didn't. That's fine.
did. Yeah. No, I'm just saying.
No, it was his brother, wasn't it?
What do you mean? There's two von Hippels.
Yeah.
This one was.
He's
fine.
already had another Von Hippel
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said you did not like this guy the first time.
No, I said I didn't like the first
guest as much as I did.
Jenny,
Oh,
whatever her name was.
the first chunk, the robots, the sex, all that dystopian future, that was good. And then the vegan,
So come on, let me ask you this: without the vegan, what do you give the first half of the episode?
probably 4. It's just I felt their discussion got discombobulated because I know what Joe's like. I'm not surprised Joe's pushing back on vegan. Like it's just like
No, I know, but that's why I was asking you what you thought about the first half. I thought maybe you'd give it higher than a 4, but whatever. That's fine.
It may be interesting to someone who's never seen Joe stand up for meat. It's their third time listening. They're actually a fan of her. It's their first time listening. I'm sure he'd rub a vegan the wrong way if they heard this one. So he's still pushing buttons. But yeah, Von Hippel, it's unanimous. It was the Feel Good podcast of the week.
Yeah, there's nothing like hearing about chemicals and pesticides.
Would either of you pay $300 to have your name on the bottom of the Grey Cup?
No.
no.
That's
You couldn't pay me to put my name on the bottom of the fucking Grey Cup.
And the joke is written.
Like, fuck off.
But that's what they're doing right now to try to raise money. Or it might be $600, but it's not actually on the Grey Cup. It's on a base that's connected to the Grey Cup when it's shown in
Yeah, go
the
fuck
Hall of
yourself.
Fame and stuff. Is that? I mean, all those people will be a part of CFL history. That's the Canadian Football League, the only league that couldn't get off the ground
I
of
would
all the leagues in the world,
I would
It's
pay
the oldest in North America.
and it's the only one that couldn't
Yeah, of course.
Get
Because
anything
it's
together.
trash.
I would pay $1,000 to be able to write whatever I want on the Stanley Cup or on the Grey Cup.
The CFL is trash.
Like if I could draw a giant penis on the Grey Cup, I would do that.
This is
How
a
can
sham.
you have 2 Rough Riders? No, it would be
8 teams, 2 Rough Riders. Need I say more?
the Grey Cup is the trophy. It is. This is just a base, a commemorative base. You're not even on the actual.
This
Grey
is
Cup.
a real fucking cash grab. This is all because of the Wii thing.
But that's the bushest league thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
And
Kamar,
shout out to all our CFL fans. It's sad to have
8
season.
teams, 2 of them called the Rough. It might have even been 6 back then. 6 teams, 2 of them called the Rough.
Can I tell you something real quick though? If the NFL tomorrow was like, for $100,000, we will etch your name on the Lombardi Trophy, they'd probably make $100 million in about a day.
No doubt, and it would still be a commemorative stand.
Yeah, sure, but you know what I mean. People would be for $600. It's going to be half of Saskatchewan that does it, and no one's going to give 2 fucks.
Did you guys ever go to Red Blacks games?
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with it.
no.
Like, it's better than a Sens game.
No.
I find the openness, the way you can sort of walk around.
The stadium
atmosphere.
Is,
Yeah, maybe not the product on the field, but like who?
I would 1,000%
I
rather
would
watch
argue
hockey
there's
than
no
CFL.
product on the field, dude. It's a
We
joke.
won the Grey Cup. We won the Grey Cup.
That's my point.
No.
We-
Anyways,
what was our record when we won the Grey Cup? Do you remember?
Who was the quarterback? Who was on
Henry
the team?
Burris.
Henry Burris.
Like,
I knew that.
Henry Burris.
Nobody knows anything.
Everyone knows
you know
that.
why? Because nobody cares.
Our record though
No,
that year, I
well-
believe, was like 6-9.
Yeah, perfect. How? You know what?
We'll see how much
This isn't
money.
worth the breath we're using.
We'll
to
see how
talk
much
about it.
money. No, that joke was the best, and it was worth every fucking second we spent on it. We'll see how much people love the CFL. How much will they raise for this?
$400.
You guys know the guy who sings the national anthem for the last 10 years,
At the Sens games.
Lyndon Slewage.
Yeah, the guy who does this.
Yeah.
Is an ex-OPP officer,
But the highlight.
Yeah.
and his son is found dead just outside of Carlton Place
Oh, that's
3 days ago. Full patch Hells Angels.
Whoa.
He did it again, though. Sorry, we'll get
The
to
apple.
this story.
Apparently, the apple sometimes does fall far from the tree.
You led too slowly.
I don't think
You
so. I
gave
think
me the chance to make fun of him, and then you told me about his son dying.
Full patch.
Oh.
Full patch Hell's Angel.
yeah, no, I
You let me throw the Heil Hitler in there, and then you.
the other way to tell the story is a full patch Hells Angel was murdered outside of Carlton Place. Happens to be Lyndon Slew's son.
Much better.
No,
And then Simon can still do the Heil Hitler joke afterwards. Yeah.
No, I don't want to do the Heil
Okay.
Hitler joke anymore now that I know that his son died. That's my point.
murdered.
Murdered.
Oh, I thought he like choked on a T-bone or something.
And what if he did something wrong and deserved to be murdered? Like
You know-
your movie there,
Speaking of being murdered, you know how Anthony Bourdain died?
autoerotic asphyxiation.
Well, that's what they're trying to tell you, that it because he did it on a doorknob. I just
With his pants around his ankles. I don't know that.
I don't think he had his pants.
And I don't know that Pam fucked Julian Assange.
Yeah, but I mean, she did.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You don't fly halfway across the world to talk about fucking
To
PETA.
not fuck someone. No. Can I just say real quick, because I meant to mention it real in the Fedesy thing. I will forget.
Okay, but what were we talking about before you do that?
We were talking about
Hell's
Bourdain
Angels?
killing himself.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. No,
No,
you
please,
go.
you
No,
first.
you first.
I insist.
Mine takes a while.
Go ahead.
Go.
Please go.
No, Matt, go.
Simon, it'll seem like a waste unless you fucking tell your
Okay,
story.
okay,
Jesus
so-
Christ.
Hanging yourself on a doorknob. A lot of famous people have hung themselves on doorknobs.
Michael Hutchinson, Kung Fu, David Carradine,
The guy from Lincoln,
Robin Williams.
Lincoln Park,
Chester.
and the guy he was working with from
Chris Cornell.
Chris Cornell. Thank you. All the same way. Nobody hangs themselves like that, man.
Well, 6 people just did. Are you sure? Are you sure?
Or doesn't that seem like the calling card of somebody who is like
Yeah, absolutely. But are you sure? I thought Chris Cornell was found in a
not
shower.
100% sure about anything?
But the conviction there.
Oh, this guy is
'cause that's
unreal.
a calling card if it's real. No, it's all suspect because I mean Chris Cornell and Chester were working on
Some pedophile
or
thing.
human
yeah.
trafficking thing.
Some pedophile thing.
You know the usual.
But just in general.
Robin Williams was supposed to be depressed. Michael Hutchinson.
Anthony Bourdain came out heavy against Fatso Rapist there.
Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, because his girlfriend,
yeah.
had been suing
Fatso Rapist.
Fatso Rapist.
Oh, I almost forgot. Epstein sort of hung himself from a doorway.
Okay.
Sort of.
Anyways, it's just very interesting. Now go on, Matt. Tell me.
No, I always forget about it. Fedesi brought it up. That fucking intro to Sticks and Stones, that Bourdain Chappelle joke, I truly believe it might be one of the best, if not the best joke ever. Remember about how he goes back to his hometown and he meets the guy who like met a girl, fell in love, went to Harvard, got a degree, and then like she left him, had to leave Harvard, now is working like a shitty 9-to-5 job. And Dave had drinks with him, and Dave was like, and the whole time I'm drinking with this guy, I thought to myself, not once has this motherfucker thought about killing himself. Just the way he like weaves that joke is fucking.
No, it is. You're absolutely right.
You Simon, you nearly
can't do it justice. It's so funny.
You nearly pissed yourself laughing when I played you that joke.
The only thing that has ever kind of got me to that same spot is tada on because it's a whole fucking thing for the one punchline. That's great.
Arrested Development.
Fucking hilarious.
So Dave,
wait, real quick too. I had something else written down that this is why I brought this thing. Simon had an idea. It's a shirt that you can make. It's a guy wearing a shirt, and on his shirt it says "Not CIA" or "Definitely not CIA," and then just a bubble above his head, and in the bubble it says "Just trying to make my druthers."
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
No, he doesn't like it. I could tell.
I do.
I like just not CIA, no thought bubble.
I like just
fine.
not CIA. Yeah.
So Dave Chappelle won an Emmy for Sticks and Stones,
Okay.
and Kevin Brennan was like going off on like, I don't understand. He's like the fucking greatest comedian of all time. Like, people are going to criticize him because he went off on critics,
Yeah.
and he was like, but Sticks and Stones.
Yeah.
But you're
saying
because you're getting
Yeah.
criticized.
That is ironic. I never thought about that. Yeah.
So he texted him, like, which is it? You sound like a cunt. And he said, Dave replied him and said, point taken.
Yeah. There you go. It's true. It's a good point.
But it just seemed like these Emmys in particular, all the African American presenters and stuff, so we're going out of their way. I don't know
assume
if
it was all
joke
African
or
American
something.
presenters.
Well, Schitt's Creek won all the Emmys.
Everything.
Do you like
crazy.
it?
I love it. Yeah.
Do you like it?
Mary loves it. I've honestly never really watched it.
I've been around people who love it, and I just don't get it. But go Canada
I find the sister incredibly funny.
and attractive.
And she's so attractive, but she's really funny. And the mom is really funny.
I know it's good. I don't like. I'm more of a Curb guy, as I said. I'd rather watch Kirby and
Do you like
The mom was hilarious in her episode of Curb.
Oh
No, Jeff, no.
she has
Funkhauser's
sex with
crazy
Jeff,
sister?
yeah. And she has sex with Jeff.
Yeah.
No, but do you like the dog one? Best in Show. Like, do you like those?
Never seen it.
Mockumentaries.
You've never seen Best in Show.
Don't say it like
Eugene Levy's in it though. I've heard of it.
Well, I'm
and
saying that because he's a comedian.
and
so I
Frank-
would imagine that he'd like,
it's not my medium. But Frank Gifford's in that, and Eugene Levy, right? And Catherine O'Hara, Best in Show.
Yeah.
So
I don't know
what
about
else you
Frank
know?
Gifford.
I know, but I'm a comedian and I know about it. I just
Not Frank Gifford, the other guy.
I'm more of a Spinal Tap guy.
Frank Gifford is Kathy Lee Gifford's
You're right.
husband. I know who you're talking
He
about though.
passed away.
Yeah.
He's
He's
the
in
funniest.
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. He was in
I'm doing him a disservice.
he was in Anchorman.
he's Canadian.
That guy's Canadian?
He was the grandfather in Modern Family.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's Canadian.
But I know Schitt's Creek is funny. It's because the guy from Cowboy and Something About Mary's in there. Chris. He's a total degenerate dirtbag.
Oh, it's what's his name?
Well, that just goes to show the show that won all the Emmys.
I forget his
It's
name.
because it was about inclusiveness and feel goodness and no punching down. And congratulations. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring up Lyndon Slewage and his son passing away was
Full circle.
It was a long way to get there.
because we all understand, but because of the debates coming up, more mud and stuff is being slung. And depending on what news you read, Senate report just came out saying that Hunter Biden may be involved in sending money to Russia, Ukraine, with possible people who are involved in human trafficking.
Yeah, no, someone asked Simon to look into it.
So it has that maybe possible whatever, and one news source says this is bad. The other one says this is a complete nothing burger. What they've been complaining about, but
So it's probably somewhere in the middle.
But morality, what came up is that Hunter Biden started dating his brother's widow. So his brother died, and he started
Yikes.
dating the widow, and got a stripper pregnant while dating that widow. So regardless of the he's not a good person, right?
Well, it sounds like he's not a great dude.
Is it possible to start dating your brother's widow and just
Dude,
because you want to?
That's so fucking gross.
Thank you, God.
But wait,
I love the silence.
But hold on,
Let's
but wait.
back up because there is a situation like back. Let's
Well, no, but wait, I want to back up first, just real quick. Keep where you're going. Lyndon Slewage, OPP, stand-up dude, his son,
Oh no,
Patch. You know what I mean?
exactly. That's exactly the analogy I'm pulling.
Okay, yeah.
But
Sorry, Simon.
just the down low is it. Hunter Biden may not be the human trafficking stuff, but just that
Seems like a
character
real
stuff.
piece of shit, yeah.
So we might find out Lyndon Sue's son is a big piece of shit too. Rest in power. I'm sorry, Lyndon.
tell you something I learned on Deadwood. You know Deadwood, HBO cowboy show.
Yeah, cocksucker.
Features one of the best actors ever,
Timothy Oliphant, yes,
Yeah.
with his weird leg.
Well, he walks like a cowboy, like he rode a lot of horses. He on that show plays a character whose brother dies, and he has to marry the wife.
Okay, are we living in
To
19 or 18
just-
fucking 64?
Just hear me out, Matt.
Let him finish.
To
Let
take
him finish.
care of the children because Timothy Oliphant is a stand-up guy, and that's what he does.
Did he get a
So-
stripper pregnant?
Yeah, that's the
Let's
catch.
just back up. You were asking.
Well,
for
why are
a
we
si-
backing up, though?
I'm not talking about Hunter Biden. Kamar was asking for a situation where one
Yeah.
may.
It's possible
You
until
see,
they get the
there
stripper.
could be a reason. Stripper pregnant ruins it all.
This is what I'm saying. I said if I told you he married his brother's widow,
I
like,
still
oh,
think it's
wow.
greasy. No, I still think
On
it's
the-
greasy.
No, but on that you're like it's possible.
But if you found out he was doing a good thing and saving, like raising the children, and for some tax benefit or something,
he's fucking greasy.
But he's greasy, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been watching his dad touch the shoulders of every woman he's ever met for his whole life. I
Wow.
can't imagine how you don't end up greasy as fuck.
People have to be trying to separate the father from the son right now.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's an obvious thing. In a feel-good story, Ottawa farmer was baling hay the other day,
Found 100
tripped
grand.
and fell into the baler and lost his arm.
Feel good story.
Hold
Okay.
on, we're gonna get there.
He's good at this. He does this a lot.
He managed to call 911 with his other arm and hand that was still attached to call for help. Help came. He carried his arm off, went to the hospital. He's got surgery. He's going to lose it. And he's raring to get back to work. So his sister or somebody in the family put GoFundMe to raise $5,000. And it's already raised $90,000.
But he has no arm.
And he's raring to get back to work. He's a special breed. You hear him. He's,
No, I see the feel goodness here for sure.
you know what I mean? And
No, I'm missing the feel goodness.
someone lose an arm, my life's ruined. Like what? Like losing an arm isn't going to hold me back, and the public is also helping him. Maybe they can buy a
That
new
is
arm
that-
with technology. It's the spirit. It's Canadian.
Okay,
You know what's crazy?
That's a feel
If
good
you lost
story.
your arm, do you think you call 911 to save yourself? I don't know.
Come on, you know what's crazy?
Did
A
he
guy-
use
hold on.
the arm to? That's just too
Hold on.
soon. Too soon.
A guy in the States had the same thing happen to him, but he lost both his arms, and he managed to call 911 and get help.
Siri?
That's a good question. That's what I said to Mary because I read the story. I'll find it for you.
Just
Isn't that nuts?
that's incredible. I'll give you both that. What
They're
about,
both insane.
What about James Franco, who had to cut his own arm off?
Yeah, I'm just dying in that cave.
Well, the guy who actually did that, not James Franco.
James Franco.
Oh.
I could
I
not
think it was a
get
stuntman.
He
I
actually
think it was a
did
stuntman.
that for that movie.
I think it was a stuntman.
a la,
Method?
yeah, what's his name?
Daniel Day-Lewis,
Thank you.
Gary Oldman. So you're saying that he cut his own arm off for that
Yes.
film? That's really
He did.
Because it's close to home, because my stepfather lost his hand in a
His finger, actually.
fingers in a snowblower, and he had to pick them out.
Yeah. But a hand, you were kind of like bragging. He didn't lose his hand. He only lost a couple of fingers.
If he hadn't picked his fingers up, they wouldn't have been attached. It would have been like, it's close. He got his hand stuck in a. Sorry, he didn't chop it clean off.
Again, if you want to go feel good, at least it was the winter. They were on ice already.
He had to go tell my brother, and not. He didn't want to
Alarm
him. So he was downstairs like, Sean, come on, you gotta get down here.
It's crazy to me. Like, you see snowblowers, you see all the warnings on them, and you look at it and you're like, I don't know how if I stuck my hand in there, I would lose. And then you hear something like that, and you're like,
Oh, it happens.
It's going so fast, but it's just like seeing people get through that and come out the other side is always inspiring.
Yeah, no, you're right,
'Cause
Kumar. I jumped down your throat that it was a feel-good story. It was just such a weird way to get us there.
Well, it was weird listening to it on the news. Like, it sounded just bad. And they're like, and he's raring to get back to work and get back to the farm and see what he can do.
But let's just stop for a second. That's what news does, right? Like, they hook you, and then they lead you, and then they give you the thing. We don't need that from you. You know what I'm saying?
why? He's trying to be a weatherman. He's doing the right thing. You have to do it their way. Play ball, Simon.
Sorry.
And sometimes I just read the article and it comes out that way. I also want to mention the Hells Angels motto: Angels forever, forever angels. When we do right, nobody remembers. When we do wrong, nobody forgets.
That's their motto?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So, well, it's a 1%er saying. So those are the 1%ers.
Yeah.
Is that written on their business card?
Yeah, ask Jesse Ventura.
I bet you it is.
He wasn't. He was part of not.
He was the Mongols.
The Mongols. Yeah.
So I
He was
wanted.
the only-
Mongrels?
Well, no, he
Mongrels?
was the only white guy in a Mexican biker gang. That was the whole thing. Remember?
I wanted.
I was the only white guy in the Mexican biker gang, Joe.
And they never let me stay when they did anything illegal.
I had to leave the room when the illegal stuff. I was in the room for 1 second max. Go ahead, Kumar. Sorry.
Oh, Jesse Ventura. Yeah, I can't do him. The Predator. I wanted you guys to listen to Adam Curry to follow up to see what you thought. Whether
Sorry
he's
about
throwing Joe under the bus
That's
or whatnot.
why you sent it to us. Was for the post, Joe. I'm so sorry.
Didn't I write that?
No.
Oh, I just wrote, here's Adam Curry
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I didn't.
I
forget to say
I took it
discuss.
as like for future listening.
Yeah.
That's how I looked
And
at
I
it.
was doing something. I didn't have time
Yeah,
to watch
sorry,
it.
Kumar. My
Had you
apologies.
said I want to talk about this in the post, Joe, I would have put it to the top of my list.
Yeah. He's seeing it now, isn't he?
This is
He
Adam
sees.
Curry follow up to his podcast with Joe. And I could have said, I want you guys to listen to it so we could. Oh, I was typing that and never sent it. Adorable.
There you go.
Anyways,
He adorabled himself.
apparently Adam Curry has been removed from Spotify. His podcast.
Really?
So it's like,
What?
He was so happy. He was so happy to be on, Joe, get out
He
there.
used Joe's platform
New
to
Year's.
spout his rhetoric,
Wow.
and instead they just canceled him.
So
That would cancel us, by the way. If I got an email from Spotify tomorrow being like, we've removed you from our platform, that's it. We're fucked.
no,
So be it.
we have the Patreons.
Okay.
I bet they're the coolest thing that happened to us.
I'm telling you, it's not so be it.
All those people from Spotify would have to come get us some
What do
other
you mean
way.
it's not so be it? Of course it's so be it.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It has to
You're
happen
going to do
find
this.
out.
You're going to do this
No.
for 10% of people?
I'm not.
Okay, so then it's
That's-
not.
So then it ends. That's what I'm saying. Like we've never been able, we've always been with Joe. You know what I mean? So when we can't be with Joe anymore, then we're not with Joe anymore, you know?
And that's why it's going to be tough to get 1,000 episodes. Now, this is going to be controversial, but I just have to word it out for myself. And it's probably a sign of things to come. Breonna Taylor,
Yeah.
the police got acquitted, but one cop got charged with shooting another apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And there's riots, and 2 police officers got shot. But the situation is that they went to an apartment who they thought was somebody, and half say they said police were coming in and kicked in the door. The other side says they kicked in the door.
Let's talk about the important thing for 1 second here. I think there's a really important overlying thing here. No knock warrants.
Yeah, I'm not excusing that, but they knock in the door,
Okay.
and the dude shoots at them.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't know who they are. It's the Kingdom Law, I think it is in Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
And they shoot back.
Castle Law.
Castle Law, thank you. They shoot back. It's complete police incompetence and bungling.
Are you talking about the white guy who came to the door? He didn't shoot. I saw this video. There's a guy, the police show up at his door.
No, Breonna Taylor's lying in bed with her
Oh, you're talking about
boyfriend.
this particular case. Okay.
And when they kick in the door, he shoots a shot.
Okay, yeah.
They shoot back.
Yeah.
They kill her. Mm-hmm. It's completely unacceptable. It's police
Well, they're at the wrong house. too.
incompetence. I just don't think it's racism. Does that make any sense?
Okay.
When you find out the details that he shoots first, like cops busting they think it's drug dealers. Someone shoots. Like everyone's wrong in here.
I mean, I'm sure you can bring racism to,
Hold on, but
it
let's-
somewhere because they're no-knock warranting in like poor districts, and they know that all those people are black. So you might say, yeah, race had nothing to do with it, but would they be going in so willy-nilly into like a rich white neighborhood? No, the answer is no. So yes, the answer is yes. It had to do with racism. Racism directly against those two people in that apartment? Maybe, maybe not. You know
Hold
what
on.
I mean?
I think,
Yeah, I think that's
Kamar,
where it-
to answer your question, it doesn't mean that you can paint the police that shot him as racist. If that's what you're asking, I don't think that you can necessarily sit here and go, for sure, you 2, 3, 4, however many are racist. I mean, unless they have a past, right? Like, if again, we know the cops protect each other. If you go back and they have a fucking litany of shit, then maybe there is some. But I'm with Simon. It's tough to sit here and argue against the fact that the system that brought them to that house is intrinsically racist, which is why they're
Matt's
there.
original statement, these no-knock warrants, I don't care who the fuck you are. I
not
don't care
fair.
what you're doing in your apartment. You have some right to like not have your door bashed. Exactly for the reason
But let's stop and
that
ask.
they're having this fucking trial. These weren't the people they were looking for.
Let me stop and tell you too. The only reason, and you can ponder this as long as you want. The only reason for no-knock warrants is drugs, and that's the only reason. So the war on drugs is the only reason they have no-knock warrants, and it's simple. You have 2 pounds of cocaine in your house. If I knock and say, police, we're executing a warrant, you can flush it. Okay, they need the drugs. Without it, there is no fucking
That's the
charge.
evidence.
It's not just drugs. Child porn could also be a reason, because the second you alert yourself, you go and
Destroy it.
destroy your hard drive.
No. They
Whatever.
can fucking trust me. The best
Well, just-
forensic
just
guys can get all that
Don't
back.
get caught up on what it is.
No, but I'm just saying is
evidence. They can destroy evidence or not.
But the point is it's predominantly, even if you want to use kid porn, it's 99% of the cases that these no-knock warrants, it's drugs. That's the point of it. And it's the most dangerous shit you could do to your public. It's insane.
And to your cops.
And I agree.
Look at this. If you're a guy, especially if you're a drug dealer, and you think somebody's coming to rob your stash, you are going to protect that stash.
Especially in the
with your
States
life.
where everyone has a fucking gun, of course.
Right. So if these guys come
the
in
most
and they don't
dangerous shit in
even
the world.
yell that they're cops, and everybody just starts shooting, you're going to shoot until you hope they're dead.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
the no-knock
It's
warrants, when I
crazy.
found out about it, I was like, I cannot believe this is something.
But I totally see what you're driving at, Kamar.
I'm not
Those
driving, I'm
cops
just-
in particular. It certainly isn't the same as the George Floyd scenario.
No, but again,
Okay, the reason why he's going to get off soon.
I already said
For that.
told you this is going to be a problem.
Just what happened with Breonna Taylor is just an indication.
It's going to be
a
100 times worse
And
when the George Floyd guy gets off.
like we were talking the other day, that guy running down the street and the father and son shoot him. That's just racism.
Running down the street. The two guys in the pickup truck?
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, and I don't care which way you want to paint that.
That's
you know
just
what
that's
I
just
mean?
that's just disgusting and wrong.
If you're what, you don't think so?
I'm agreeing. What do you like? Yeah, what do you want me to say here?
I thought you were like thinking deep and saying to me that you weren't understanding me, and the George Floyd physically is like really bad to watch, but this one is like the cops just shot her. Well, the guy shot back. It's, you know what I mean. You have to wait till all the facts are out. I'm not saying it's not racist.
I mean, again,
But
though,
I'm not saying
they
they
gave her
not kill her
12.
'cause
They
she was-
gave her $12 million. So
If they bust in there, that guy doesn't shoot. They have an awkward situation like wrong house. Maybe she still gets $12 million.
Well, the bigger question is if they really did announce themselves and he's aware that they're cops and he shoots.
I mean, this is the question: how do you get through the house to the bedroom without saying police once, or letting it
Because you're looking exactly
that's what
like
I'm
you
saying,
said
'cause
to
it's
catch
all- yeah,
somebody
yeah.
before they can do something else.
but no,
yeah, but I don't.
the door, they used one of those batting
No,
rams.
but that's what you're saying, to get rid of the drugs. You get to them before they have a chance to. If you bust in the front door and yell police and that person's quick enough, maybe they get their fucking coke in the toilet.
First of all, let me tell you this: most of the time, if they think they're busting someone with serious drugs, they usually cut off the fucking water anyway. That's like the first thing you do. Cut off the
Textbook.
water so they can't flush anything anyway.
They just didn't run in there and kill a woman in cold blood, but they just ran in there and killed a woman in cold blood. It was just awkward how it happened.
If the guy hadn't have started shooting, there's nothing to say that they wouldn't have ran in there and just killed somebody.
They might have still killed him.
We don't know.
I don't know. But it's just the facts have come out. It's not as crazy as when I first heard it, that they just lit her up.
No. And
know what I
this
mean?
one is
Listen, it doesn't matter. The facts aren't as crazy. Sure, you're lying in your bed, in your home. You've done nothing wrong.
Put yourself
the
in that
police
position.
come in,
Yeah.
you wake up. Listen, you have a gun, which you're fully within your rights to do, and you wake up and there's people who have not announced themselves in your bedroom and you shoot first. I mean, it's weird to think that all of a sudden you're in the wrong, which I guess they decided they're not because they gave them money, but
Well, no, that her family got money and he didn't get charged under
Yeah.
the castle law.
that's what I'm saying.
And one cop got charged or indicted because their bullets went into some other house, not the property that the warrant was for.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And so people are saying, well,
so
and
not
that's a white
only
person's.
not only did they shoot the wrong person,
But a bullet went into another
but a
house,
bullet
too.
went
Yeah.
and did it hurt somebody?
I don't think it hurt anyone, but it was reckless use of firearm. Like, it's not a.
But you see the
crazy
point. You
charge.
see the point is like, my whole point to begin with was we're doing this to get drugs off the fucking street,
Yeah,
and with no knock warrants where everyone's in danger. Like you literally with a no knock warrant, you put the whole neighborhood in danger. And I don't care how you feel about drugs. You can be super anti-drug. That's fine.
the
It's
no
fucked
knock
up, but
warrant to me is like it's the same as them listening into your phone call. It's all just like, it's like a travesty of justice.
Not enough freedom.
You can't be going and
I don't know anything. I can't put anything in anyone's mouth, but I have a feeling that if the forefathers of the United States were around and you explained no knock warrants to them, they'd be like, "Oh, I don't think that's how this is supposed to be done." But I could be wrong. Maybe I'm misinterpreting how they wrote their
I think we
constitution.
give the forefathers too much credit.
Like I say,
Probably.
people are always talking on Joe and stuff about this, that. Just point out, I believe the biggest solution tangible we could do right now is legalize all drugs. I do not say that as a selfish. It just there's so many offshoot problems that it causes.
I couldn't agree with you more.
You know what I mean? And that's the only tangible, real something we could try that would be better than the situation is now. And that's one to grow on.
I mean, the hope is that 5 years from now, our economy is fucking booming if COVID goes away, and the states will have to look at us and be like, well, we got to legalize pot, at least to start.
All drugs.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they're never gonna do all drugs. They have to start with pot.
We said they'd never do pot, and here we are. Or some people said that. Who do you think is going to be on next week?
Graham Hancock.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Tom Hanks.
Whoa, that was weird. Ellen DeGeneres. Tom Hanks.
I honestly, though, recommend people who like Joe or whatever, listen to Lex Friedman. It's only an hour or two.
The problem with guessing guests now is there's no one on tour. There's no one you know what I mean? There's no one to, I have no idea. Oh, they said someone, either Tom or Christina is going to be on. Didn't they say that during the Fantasy episode?
Yeah.
I guess
did say
they're
that.
probably shopping for houses. So one of them
they're
is,
in town, yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, I didn't hate the fantasy episode. It was just like, I just like where they talk, they're laughing and funny and not about how fucked up everything is.
Give me a few minutes. I want to just run a theory by you that I came up with.
is this what that haggard, wet, sweaty piece of paper is?
Yeah, and you're going to thank me because I pulled this out of an episode. You know what I mean? So I really held this back till the end.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I thought about you there for a second.
No, you thought about the listeners and the show, the
No,
quality.
I think they liked it.
Okay.
I mean, tell me if I'm wrong.
You don't listen.
I would if a bunch of people wrote in and said, stop fucking
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
talking
No,
about
people
Let's hear it. I want to go.
Talking
People want
about
more.
Let's go. I want to
dreams.
go. I want to go home.
So you go to sleep, okay, and you dream.
Yeah.
And you're often taken to somewhere very much like where we are now, but it's different. And sometimes it has different rules of the game. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll dream and gravity is different, or I can fly, or whatever. Sometimes they're bad. There are bad things happening to me, or there's things I can't do. Everything's in slow motion, whatever the case is. What do you think about the idea that when you sleep, you are literally for those times crossing over to if there was a parallel universe or many parallel universes, And every time you dream, it's like flashing you to different moments in time in another one of your lives. And you get to like inhabit that space for that time. And then that's why, like, you know, sometimes you'll have a dream and then you'll have a dream a month later that's like almost the same or feels like it's the same rules. But it's always like so much stuff has happened. You don't understand what's going on. That's because it never stopped happening. Those dimensions keep running, whether or not you're sleeping and visiting them.
That's the multiple universe theory.
Right. And then things like, I don't know, drugs or, well, I guess drugs would be a good way to, like, without sleep, to get you to those alternate realities or dimensions or whatever you want to call them.
What if? That'd be amazing.
And that's why something like DMT, which I've never done, but like mushrooms is an even better example because mushrooms seems very much like a dream. You know?
LSD too.
When you're on a mushroom trip, like you're kind of...
I disagree. I feel like mushrooms, when I'm on mushrooms, it feels more like real life than real life.
Not when you close your eyes. If you're tripping balls and you close your eyes, you'll...
Because I feel like when I'm on mushrooms,
a
it feels
dimension.
like you're watching a Blu-ray. You don't get that? Everything's sharper.
Yeah,
It is.
sharper, but like, I don't know, man. I don't know. You're tripping out. Things are weird, you know? Sometimes you look at a fucking squirrel and it like starts fucking goofing in your eyes, you know? Or you think that the couch is going up and down with your breath, or like things are always different. It's like so dreamlike.
I forget what it is, but whatever age you live to, you average that you would be asleep for 23 years. If it's 75 years, I'm not sure what it is.
That's exactly my point, Kay. Is
Now you spend this much time, not in one, but multiple.
living other lives, and then bring death into it. Okay. So then when you die, maybe it's like you, again, no idea, but let's say you go to like a place that then sends you permanently to a new dimension. And then when you dream from that dimension, you maybe end up back in this one at some point, watching you living this life again, or some variation of this life in this world again.
That's amazing to ponder. I'd like to see Joe shut that down.
I don't think he could.
I cannot tell you why that's not possible.
No, it's not about.
I don't think
it's
he
not
could.
about being possible. It's just to me, it's kind of a neat idea.
And something you really think is true.
I mean, maybe it's one of the things I think is true.
Mocha, baby.
Yeah.
Kumar, do you have anything else, or are we done here? Let's be done.
Yeah, it was a little heavy. But I'm done. Thank you, everyone, always for listening.
I guess that's it. Do we do another week? Is this episode 200? Did I just wake up from a dream? Oh, 101. Oh, man. Fuck.
But it's live.
Yeah.
Imagine you just woke up and it was episode 1000.
When I say
And I'm 65, and I've missed out on all the worst years. No, I'm kidding.
when I say it's live, you gotta say no, it's not live.
Oh, it's not live.
But it's live.
Oh, no, that's dude.
Dude.
You really sucked me into that one.
Yeah, I know I did.
Yeah. I didn't even know what was going on. Matt, that's the beginning of The Fighter and the Kid.
Yeah, great.
That's what he was trying to do there.
He knew.
I know. I guess that's it. Tell Simon to fuck off.
Praise all you guys. Keep the hate coming. Keep the titties coming. Love you.
Keep your eyes open.